guys, welcome back to my channel. Today you are going to see me use the new and improved, not improved, but I just wanted to throw that in there, but the new Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. This is the Prism palette, and it's new. It's from their Luxe holiday collection. So it is a holiday palette. It comes in this really cute, I don't know, it's kind of like this weird soft material box. The palette looks like this. It's a nice suede material like the last two palette, the Subculture and the Modern Renaissance palette. It does have this really beautiful design here, which is cute. Kind of looks like a clutch when you look at it. Like looks like a little cute little clutch. I do like that. But all in all, like the suede materials always get dirty. This was my first time using it, which is why it's not as dirty, but there's definitely, it's picking up lint and stuff, but I really don't care. It is what it is. The shadows look like this. They're really beautiful. I do think that these colors are marvelous because they're not just like holiday colors. They're colors that you can use for the fall, the winter. I feel like you can kind of transition some of these shades into spring and summer if you want, because we have like these really pretty like purpley shades, golds, this neon yellow definitely can do that in the summer and fall. This pretty mauve and an orange shadow you can always use. I do love that it has a matte black as well as a pretty green color. A green shade and eyeshadow palette is important for me because I love green, obviously. So yeah, it retails for $42 like the past two palettes. So it's 14 shadows. You're gonna pay about $3 per shadow. I'm just reading right now because so it ranges, it's a range from universal neutrals to prismatic metallics. It's a full pigment formula. So there's ultra mattes, duochromes, and metallic shades in here. So there's 3 different formulas and it is a full pigment formula. Now they did say that the last palette, the Subculture palette, was a full pigment formula. However, I would say that this is different. I did love my Subculture palette, but I do feel like when I'm applying it, I do have to kind of do it gently, if that makes sense. Like I have to kind of apply a little bit at a time. This palette, I can just go in and it just is beautiful. I'm not really cautious as I am with my Subculture. I did buy Subculture twice. I bought it the first time, hated it, didn't like how it was blended out, returned it, bought it again just to see, and I would say the formula was a little bit better, but it was still crumbly. This one, obviously certain shades here, you got you get some fallout, but it's not bad. Like these shadows, the colors that I use are beautiful. They're very pigmented, and yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. Some people say that it was similar to Subculture. It's not. I kind of wish I brought it in here with me just so I could show you guys the difference, but it's very different. There's more shimmers. So yeah, if you guys want to see what I thought about this palette overall, see how it applies, then keep on watching, and let's just get to this video so you can see how I did this look. So I've already prepped my eyelids. I primed them with the Maybelline Age Rewind and the color neutralizer, and then I set that with my Laura Mercier powder. I'm gonna start this how I normally start my eyeshadow. Usually I do my full face, and then I'll like bronze, and I kind of bring that bronzer into my eyes. I didn't bronze yet because I haven't put my concealer on, but I do have my foundation on. So I'm gonna take my Becca Sunlit Bronzer and what is it? Empanema Sun, which is this bronzer here, and I'm just going to apply that to my crease. I kind of like this more so as a transition than eyeshadow. I just feel like it looks more natural. So I'm just apply that in my crease with a Morphe 504 blending brush. And as mentioned in the previous video, I do take my eyeshadow all the way to my inner corner to make my eyelids look bigger. Ooh. So I kind of have an idea of what kind of look I want to do with this palette. Naturally, I want to go in with the green color because I love green, and typically that's what I do. But I did notice that a lot of people with their videos, they use this green Throne color here. So I'm actually gonna mix kind of Throne and Osiris together to kind of make like a purpley green color, kind of like bluish. But first we're gonna get into adding some more color to the transition. So we're gonna go in with that color Eden, which is a nice peach color, and we're gonna add that on our, oops, let me take this off. We're gonna add that on our crease, a little bit up under that bronzer. Oh, so there is a little bit of fallout, but not as much as the Subculture palette, which is here. And we're just gonna apply it lightly and blending with that same brush. I didn't even clean the brush off because I figured the colors are gonna merge together anyways. Oh, that looks pretty. Next, we are gonna go in with that orange color called Saturn, which is a really pretty orange. It's a little bit deeper than Eden. Eden's a little bit more peach, and then Saturn's a little bit more orange. It looks like that perfect like fall orange. So we're gonna apply that a little bit up under Eden. And I'm still using the same brush. I'm not cleaning it off because the colors are so similar to each other. Once I start digging into deeper colors, then I will start swapping out my brushes. But I really don't see the purpose if I'm going to keep doing similar colors. And they're gonna blend into each other. Okay, I'm gonna take a clean brush. This is a Sonia Cash Up brush. It's as old as I don't know what. I've had this for a couple years now. I don't remember the name of it. It was on clearance. I bought 2 of them. I love it. So I'm just taking a clean brush and kind of like mixing those colors together. Next, we are going to deepen the outer corner. I want to use this brown color. So the brown, I'm sorry, I keep looking up. The brown color that I'm going to use is Parallel, which is here. It's kind of like a taupey, chocolatey brown. So I'm interested to see what that looks like. I'm actually, I think, gonna go in with a brush that the palette came with, which is actually a really good brush. Same brush that they always give you in the palette. And I'm going to just put it on one side of that brush. And I'm just going to kind of tap it into the outer corner. And then I'm going to take that and just start blending it out. I'm gonna flip over and blend it. I would say when you first get this brush, it's kind of stiff. I'm gonna keep patting and adding and blending until I get as deep of a color as I want. And these shadows are just pigmented, like, oh my god, I'm just excited. They definitely blend better than the Subculture palette. I'm not surprised, because just going from that palette and you're trying to go into another palette after that had so many issues, I don't see them doing the same thing with another palette. But so I'm gonna go back in with that clean brush and just blend that brown up. And add more brown to this eye because I obviously added way more. I did the other side. I'm just gonna take my time and blend that out. I'm having a hard time blending it out on this side. I think that's just because I applied it better. Or it could be the shadows. I don't know. I don't want to like, I don't know. Anyways, we're going to go into those fun shades now. So we're going to start doing a mixture of that. No, first I want to add some Spear in the inner corner. And then we're going to go in with the fun colors. So let me just get a brush for that. I'm gonna go in with that same brush. This is the other one from my Subculture palette. It's the same Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. And I'm gonna take that smaller end. I'm gonna really pack the color in. Like, I don't know how this is gonna work. I probably should have put a white base down. Oh. Okay, okay, I feel you, I see you. Whoa, that's really pigmented. I didn't expect that because it's like a neon color. I'm actually happy I didn't put a white base down, so that way you guys can like really see how pigmented it is. I'm gonna kind of, yeah, this is way softer. I'm just rubbing it on my hands. I'm just gonna kind of blend it. Oh, Oh, even once you blend it, you still have that color. Ooh, a little bit more. Go up a little bit higher. Oh my god, this color is pretty. Like, can you guys see this? Like, this is like, I'm looking up so I can see it. This is intense. It's more intense in person though, so I'm gonna just keep building it because I want you guys to see what I see. Like, it is a lot of fallout, I will say. There's so much fallout on my nose, but that's why I didn't do my concealer, because I had a feeling that was gonna happen. Okay, that's really pretty. So now we're gonna go in with those other fun shades, and I'm really getting excited about this. Okay, so we're gonna take, I don't know, this is a Real Techniques brush. I don't know what it's called, but I don't even see a number on it. But anyways, it's just like a eyeshadow packing brush, if that makes sense. I'm gonna just mix a little bit of that green. I'm gonna mix green with Osiris. Osiris, I mean. I'm gonna hope that this applies well with the brush. I'm kind of thinking it's not. No, that's not doing what I want. So then I'm gonna go back in with this brush that actually comes with the palette. I'm gonna clean it off a bit, and I'm gonna go in with Throne first, which is a nice green. Ooh, look at that. Oh, you guys can't see it. No? Can you see? Wow, that like really. Okay, so we're gonna apply this. Holy mother sucking pigment. That is intense. I'm gonna flip it over to the other side. I'm gonna add that Osiris color, which is that pretty purple. I'm gonna just kind of just mix it with my finger. I feel like my finger is like my best tool for these kind of shadows. It does apply pretty, but I want to mix them. So yeah, I'm gonna take some of that purpley shade and really mix it. Just go back and forth between the two and use my finger. I feel like Throne is a softer shadow than Osiris. Osiris is a little bit more, I would say, compact, if that makes sense. So anyways, then I'm gonna take the Morphe 504 brush again, and I'm gonna go in with Saturn, which is that orange. And I'm just going to blend out, crease again, just blend these colors together. This is so freaking pretty. All right, I'm gonna do the other eye real quick. Okay, so then I'm gonna go back in with Sphere, and yeah, it is definitely really chalky. If you could just see here, like how it's like, and you just, like it's a lot of product. But anyways, I mean, it's fine for what the shadow is, but I'm going to add some more so I can kind of like blend that in with that other shade. Whew. I'm so happy I didn't do my concealer because I'm getting this crap everywhere. But yeah, so I actually did that with a Morphe M330 brush, or 330 brush, which is probably what the cool kids say. Next I'm gonna clean up my under eyes, and then I'm going to add some eyeshadow on my lower lash line. All right, so I'm back. I went ahead and applied some liquid liner, my eyelashes. I went ahead and finished my face, just so we can get that out of the way. If you want to know about anything that I'm wearing on my face, I will listed in the description bar. So we're gonna finish with our eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and do my lower lash line. I did already fill my waterline in with the Urban Decay Glide On Eye Pencil in the color Alkaline. It's like a really pretty red color, so I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's see. So I have it in here, and that's like, it's like a burgundy cranberry color. Okay. So we're gonna kind of go back in with the shades that we've already used, because that makes sense, right? What I'm gonna be using to apply the color to my lower lash line is going to be the Morphe Y22 brush. It's just like a little pencil brush, but it's small and it's soft and it moves really well. So the first thing I'm going to do is go in, I'm going to mix Eden and Saturn, which are those two orange shades, mix them together. I'm going to save time, and I'm going to apply that first. To not mess up my makeup, I'm going to kind of like pat it and not go like this, because I feel like I'm going to get a lot of fallout. Ooh. My nose contour is hella intense right now, so I'm gonna have to like go over that in a minute. Next, I'm gonna go in with Parallel, which was that brown shade, and deepen the outer corner. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of that green, just a smidge of that green, but I'm gonna use the brush that came with the palette, and I'm gonna take some of that green. I didn't do a brow bone highlight. I'm kind of intrigued by this color Lucid here. It's kind of similar to my highlighter, but it looks like this. And like, this is my highlight, but this is the Lucid. It's really pretty. It's gold. It reminds me of Rich Bitch by Urban Decay, which is my tried and true favorite until it finally broke up in the pan, so I can't use it anymore. So I'm going to apply that to my brow bone. I'm hoping that it applies well on a brush, because I noticed that once I put it on a brush, it kind of like breaks up a bit. Yeah, it gets really flaky, so you gotta really be careful with it. See it? It's really pretty. Just gotta kind of work with how you're applying it, because it does like, it does have massive fallout. Kind of crumbles a bit when you're applying it. Okay. Now I'm going to add some mascara to the can't talk, the lower lash line. So I'm gonna apply some of that. Can't see. Okay, then we're gonna add a lip. We're gonna use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Lip liquid lipstick in the color, what is this, Shakedown. These are really pigmented. They're also really, really long wearing, like all day. It's a pretty like brownish terracotta color. Like a little bit goes a long way. You literally need to dip your brush in once. I will say it takes a while for it to dry. I don't like that stickiness, so I usually go in with like tissue, paper towel or something. So I'm actually gonna go in with a piece of paper towel and kind of blot off the shininess, because I like something to stay matte all the time. So that's how I like mine. I like to take the shine off. Okay. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I'm pretty excited about this palette. Hands down, is this palette worth the money? Yes, it's definitely worth the money. It's amazing. The colors are, the pigments, I can't get my words out. The colors are crazy pigmented. They blend like a dream. I will say though, you can definitely tell the difference between some formulas and others. For instance, like Oasis isn't as creamy and it's pigmented, but isn't as creamy as Throne. But I think it's just different different type of metallic formulas. But all in all, I am really excited about this palette, hands down. I feel like if I knew this was coming out when Subculture came out, I would have opted out of that and went for this because these are more intense colors. There's also more shimmers in that palette. So if you had to choose between the two, I obviously I love my Subculture palette, which I've said before. I did buy it twice. I bought it once, the formula was horrible, bought it a second, returned that one, bought it a second time, and it was great. But all in all, still, I like shimmers. I just love shimmers. I like this gives me more shimmers. It's more variety. These colors are beautiful. I think it's amazing. I mean, hands down, it's worth money. So it has my stamp of approval. Definitely, would I purchase this again? Yes, I would. So if you guys want to see more videos from me, please check the subscription bar. You can also sign up for notifications. The next video that I want to do is a video on the new Morphe 3502 palette. I haven't touched it yet, just like I didn't touch this one prior to filming this. So I'm going to do that video next. If you have any more palettes or anything you want me to review, list them down below. I'll be more than willing to do it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.